Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? Woo! All right, great to hear, great to hear.
Hello, PAX East.
Woo! You got the right con this time, that's amazing.
I did, I got it right. I wrote it on my hook and everything.
At our first panel, you were like, hello, Dragon Con. I'm like, what are you doing?
We're in DC, it's not Atlanta.
Well, this is Charismatic Cosplay. Thank you all for coming. Let me just front load this. This means so much to me that you're here and that we have a panel and that we're doing what we love. And yeah, I'm just over the moon, so thank you very much.
Woo, you made it on Thursday.
Made it on Thursday, yeah.
To all my cosplayers, I show you love. You all look great and you're all wonderful. We made it through the con crunch and now it's here to enjoy. Who here was up at 4 in the morning working on their cosplay? Yes, yes. I was there and I was crying with you.
Oh boy. All right, so Charismatic Cosplay 101. So let's give you a hint of what we'll be talking about.
All right, so what is cosplay, right? Anybody, what is cosplay to you guys? Somebody give me an answer. All right, yeah, please.
Power of friendship.
The power of friendship, I love it.
The power of friendship, that's how any anime is won. The power of friendship, I love that.
Awesome, yeah. And so many people look at other things besides the power of friendship, because that's what cosplay is to me. They look at the costume part. And for me, it's about the play part, it's about the community, and it's about bringing people together, because if it wasn't for conventions, I'd be a hermit.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah, Sean, you made it.
So, yes, it's about creating a fun interaction between you and your audience, finding the game. Like, before I did cosplay, I just bought things, I got autographs and stuff, and that's perfectly fine, but as soon as I did cosplay, I'm kind of forced to talk to people. This is, oh boy, I have to really, find the game, and what makes me more comfortable is finding what the other person is interested in or what we have in common.
Yeah, and it's about not keeping that excitement inside, but sharing it with everybody around me, so that way we're all having fun together.
Yeah, I don't know if you all watched Ted Lasso, but it's, you know what, you embrace the silliness, you don't keep the excitement to yourself, because, we come from New York, and in New York, when you're on the train,
Yeah,
yeah, you don't make eye contact. You just don't. That's, you learn that from a very early age, but here, we're all, the deck is loaded for us in our, benefits, so we're all into the same stuff, so people are very willing to talk to you about whatever they love.
100%. And people are on your side because we all know how hard it takes to do the costumes, put on full face makeup. I see you I don't want to see you, but there you are. It's kind of scary.
All right, so moving on. All right, performative cosplay.
Yeah, this is our friend Ash Cosplay 57 who allowed us to use her photo. Love her.
So, there are many cosplayers out there, bless them, and they look amazing in their costumes, but they can't really interact with people. They're, and just because I wish I learned this sooner, just because you look attractive doesn't mean that you feel attractive or you're confident. And that's the thing. But what we do in our costumes, we like to embody our characters. So, normally in life, I'm, fairly introverted and, kind of quiet, but like, I'm Rufio. The costume just screams at people, so people scream at me. Oh! This guy knows.
Yes. Make him walk the gangplank.
So.
Yeah, and for many people like myself, sometimes I just don't know what to say to people, and it helps just embodying that character because it allows me to express myself that I wouldn't normally do in real life. And something I discovered is people are on your side when you are embracing the character because they feel that joy and excitement when you decide to put on the costume. And it's a wonderful shared moment, at least for me. Yeah. And with Ash here, I got to steal her cabbages, and that was wonderful.
So, yes. As the cabbage merchant, she has something. She is embodying the character of the cabbage merchant. So she's something to behold. She's great.
Oh yeah, she always embodies any cosplay she does, and hopefully you get to check her out when I don't know when her next con is, but anyway.
Yeah. And you enrich your interactions. So I have made so many friends in the past few years just by cosplay. There's some I've met in this room just because I just keep on going to cons.
Yes.
And there we go. And I would not have that opportunity if I wasn't in costume. So I'm very thankful for that. All right. So a little bit of history of how we started. Again, I was a normal con attendee, but I wanted to change. I befriended a cosplay photographer, and I got introduced to the cosplay world. I wanted a little bit of a change, so yeah, I took some improv classes in New York, Upright Citizens Brigade, and that really did break me out of my shell. I learned I had a small talent for improv. And then I went to Dragon Con. Now, I don't know if you went to Dragon Con before, but...
Who's been to Atlanta to Dragon Con? Anybody in the audience? That's okay.
Okay, yeah, no, it's...
We're here to inform you now.
You've probably heard the stories. It's basically a 5-day party. It's insane. People are insanely creative. You go there, and you might have gone to a few cons before. This con changes you as a person. You get wrapped up in whatever's happening. And it's like, oh man, I gotta do something. I gotta do something big. I can't just half-step doing a costume. I need to do a full costume to really wow people. And then there was a movie night at a bar, and Hook was playing, and I got really drunk, and I was like, I could be that character. I look like the character. I could be Rufio.
Yeah, and at the same time, me and my buddies were just having a board game night, and Hook was on TV, so we were actually watching it on a separate cable channel, well, the same cable channel,
yeah,
just a different part of New York City, and we get this phone call from this guy, and he's like, hey, I have this idea. I'm like, hold on, let me put you on speaker to see what the group says. And yeah, we all collectively were like, oh my God, we have to make this cosplay.
Yeah, it was kind of like a pit crew, like a NASCAR thing, because it's like, they're all like, wow, you're all like supporting me. This is great. This was bound to happen. So I was really happy about that. Yeah, so I really did have the support of my friends. All right. And the
history of me and Pinoy Cosplay is that I actually didn't want to cosplay because I thought, oh, I don't want to break out of my shell. People are not going to be for me. I have a SME now, so that was totally false. Love you, SME.
Love you, buddy.
But wait, who's Manny the Jolly Roger? And the only reason I actually was convinced is because this man just kept on pestering me day after day.
Yeah, it's like I'm at a convention dressed up, and everyone's shouting at me, and like you're like the boyfriend with the purse, where it's like, please hold my stuff while I take a picture.
I was a handler, thank you.
And it's just, hey, buddy, you can be Peter Pitt. We got to synergize. You can maybe something like a male Tinkerbell. You can do that. And then it's like Hook came up, and like, I don't know if I want to do it. And it took me a while to figure it out. But how did I convince you?
That I get to kill you.
Yes.
That was the only reason I'm cosplaying. I got to kill this man.
That's important. You have to understand the motivations of the person that you're talking to. So right away, it's like, how do I do this? How do I do this cosplay thing? Because I convinced him by, like, you get to murder me anytime you want. It's fine. I mean, I want you to have fun.
Yeah, and then I discovered, because my sister has 4 beautiful kids, and that Sunday is Kids Day, and it's P and the Pirate Day, and it's like, oh man, I have to turn it on for the kids on Sunday. And that's why I still cosplay as Captain Hook, because not only do I have joy in killing my best friend, but I have joy just like interacting with kids on those days, because they remind me the spark of why I first started going to conventions 20-something years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't like to talk about that.
Yeah, my knees tell me how old I am. I don't need to remind myself.
So, and you know what? Feel free to raise we got like an hour and a half to kill here. So,
yeah.
Like, if you want to, interrupt us, please, welcome. It's fine. Life insurance?
Yeah, your policy can kill you.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I didn't think about that. I got to call Allstate.
Oh, damn it, did I insure the Jolly Roger? Steve, do we have the paperwork? Excellent. Good form. Yes, I'm too busy plundering.
All right. So,
yes.
when choosing your cosplays, you have to understand your needs. And for me, I like to choose comfort first. Some people don't do that, but I like to be comfortable because when you're comfortable, the people around you are comfortable.
Yeah, and sometimes it's about dressing for the weather. Like, this is a really good cosplay for today because I have 7 layers on, and it was 27 degrees when I woke up, and that was sucky. Kids in the room can't say what I really think.
Exactly. And yeah, can you walk the con? Can you go to the bathroom by yourself? Big thing. Not something I thought about before I did cosplay. And eating and drinking in cosplays, it's just, you know I can't wear an all-white costume because I am messy and ketchup will be my enemy.
I can't have the orange chicken because my jabbet will get dirty. It's only chicken nuggets for this weekend. So things to think about that I would have never thought about because I've ruined many jabbets, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. So when creating a costume, choose a costume that calls to you, that sparks joy. I like setting myself apart because, there's some great costumes out there. You can see, hundreds of Spider-Man, tons of Deadpools and stuff, but, and if you really want to do that, that's great, but I like doing things that are more unique, that from the heart, people have to react. So I avoid what they call the low-hanging fruit. If it's the first thought you have, it's also the first thought that everyone else has. So, just dig a little deeper.
Yep. And sometimes it's okay to pick your favorite anime or pick the newest and craziest show like Hazel Hotel. But
Has been Hotel.
Yeah,
yeah, that's very popular now.
Yeah, that's great. Who doesn't love singing hotel people?
Yeah.
But it's one of those, how do you not stand out from the crowd, but how do you find your own joy? Because if you're just doing what's popular, that show might not be popular in 5 years. And it's like, oh, I just named my kid the villain of this show called House of Dragons. Crap.
Exactly.
So one of those things.
So when it comes to creativity, to me there are 2 modes, the open mode and the closed mode. Now, when you're in the open mode, you're basically just brainstorming. There are no bad ideas. You just go through it. It's a play. It's not about getting to a destination real fast. It's more of you're wandering, but you are thinking about the costume, what you're going to do, all the creative things that you're capable of doing.
And sometimes you get random ideas just by either going out to a bar or somebody says, hey, you look like this guy in this obscure movie. And you don't know where that idea is coming from, but wherever it's coming from, just let the universe tell you.
So if you don't mind, let's do a little game here. Let's just think of superpowers. Now, the first superpowers are generally going to be the most popular, but then you might have some difficulty and you'll think of just weird superpowers that, oh, okay, I guess that's a superpower, but it may not be the greatest superpower, but it's a superpower. So if you're all game, let's go. Okay.
All right. So somebody to my right over here, who wants to play a game about, give me a superpower, any weird one. It doesn't matter which one.
Weird immortality, where you die, but you wake up later.
Ooh.
Okay, good. That's a popular one, yeah.
So you're Jesus Christ.
That's for next weekend.
Yeah, you wake up in 4 days. You get up for the weekend.
Yeah, super strength.
Super strength, right. I'm gonna choose speed reading, because I've always wanted to speed read, and I think that's a superpower.
Okay,
Yeah.
anyone else?
Yeah.
Being able to easily detach your fingernails.
Oh,
Being very easily to...
like the detachable kid. All right, I
All
like
right.
that. Yeah, okay, good. You see, and we went through that's a weird one, and I love it. And if we keep on going, we'll think of even more weird ones. Let's go for it, yeah.
Yeah.
You ever seen Meteor Man?
Yes.
Touch the book.
Yes.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, no, I want that superpower. Because it's I have so many books at home, if I touch the book, I can just absorb it. And that's great, yeah.
Oh, I would have saved thousands of dollars in college, just go to the bookstore and just touch the binders, I don't need to buy this $700 book. Dang, that's a good
one, yeah. Yes.
All that knowledge is useless without infinite data storage.
Data storage.
Oh, data storage, nice.
Yes.
Brain.
Oh, okay, I was thinking you just have a hard drive attached to you.
No, specifically, your brain can hold all that data.
Nice, I love it.
Okay,
Man in the middle.
Self-liquidation. yourself into a puddle.
Okay. All right. I love that.
All right.
Yes.
I shovel really well.
Yeah.
You shovel really well.
Oh, that's a callback. I love that. Pennywise.
Okay, so X-ray vision, except not just like regular X-ray vision, like you can like, I don't even know, like, oh no, my leg is broken, I can fix it with this X-ray vision.
So
Okay.
X-ray vision that heals.
All right.
All right, I see, and I love that. That's a combo I would have never thought of.
That is some Dungeons and Dragons stuff. That's really cool. Yeah. Anyone else? Yes.
Speed.
You can get a full night's sleep and give anyone the ability to have full night's sleep.
Oh, you can give an ability for night's sleep.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that would be so good for me right now.
You know what would not look like a superpower, but is totally super? Just finding parking easily. I mean, wow. That's crazy.
Oh, we're going like mundane. Finding matching socks. Just always finding your left sock with the right sock. That would be my superpower.
Excellent.
Yes.
And
No,
like,
thank you all for playing. That was great.
that was great. And like, yeah, the common ones,
Liquidation was
super
good.
strength and visibility, but like, you really think hard and like, no, there's some weird powers out there, and like, you can go with, and that's how you could, think of your costumes, and don't just do what what's popular. Really, really think about it.
Yeah, and sometimes you have to use the power of your friends, of your group, to help you find something that's just not the low-hanging fruit when it comes to your cosplay. Yes.
All right.
Do you have a different dream cosplay that you wanted to do?
Yeah. My first, well, the one I'm working on right now is a combo package, and I don't know if I want to grow out my hair for it, but it's a Logita. It's Logan and Vegeta, my two favorite short kings, combined into one. And my favorite thing is they're both angry.
They're both angry. It's great. I remember, like last year, you really want to do the Super Mario Brothers, and it's like I've seen a ton of Super Mario Brothers. I'm like, and then I really had to think about it, like, okay, all right, I need to make this unnecessarily complicated, so we're gonna do a Mad Max version of the Super Mario Brothers, just really gritty, really, grim. But we're gonna act as if we're super happy all the time with our, oh, it's me, Luigi.
It's me, Mario.
So just to have that
And there's
juxtaposition.
yeah.
So yeah, that's how we did it. And I met you halfway there.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things that, yeah, still like, even though it wasn't what I envisioned, because I wanted to be the super clean Mario. And if you see us on Friday and Sunday, you'll see what we're talking about. It still made me happy because I got to be a short character instead of the tallest guy in the room.
Yeah, exactly. So once you're, and sleep an idea. Sleep on an idea. If you have an idea that's you think is great, go to sleep. Your subconscious actually does a lot of the heavy lifting, and when you wake up, it's like, all right, you're a little more clear-headed. It's like if you're having problems with a boss in a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like you're crappy. You can't beat this boss. You pause it, you go to sleep, you come back. Oh, this boss is way easier than I thought it.
Yeah.
That happens all the time to me.
Happened with me in Armored Core 3. Game kicked my butt and then I slept and it's like, oh, I can beat this level now. And just to talk about one more thing with the open mode, there are no bad ideas, even when you think that they're weird and dumb, because once you sleep on it, your body will tell you, your brain will tell you what was a good idea or bad idea. So just let it all just bake in there.
Yeah. Once you're finished with the open mode, commit to what you're doing. One of my faults is that I am in the open modes for so much that, I don't have time to actually finish anything. Like today, it's like I had plans to do and like, nope. The cosplay that I wanted to do, I delayed it for far too long and I wasn't able to do it. So once you have made a concrete decision, the closed mode, you commit to what you're doing.
Yep, and also when you commit, you have to go all the way. So it's not just about, I'm gonna do these things. Actually look what materials you really need for it, because stores like Joann are going bankrupt, so there might be sales to be had.
Wow, you're a pirate.
Yes, there's booty everywhere if you look.
I feel you should be selling cars.
I sell ships, thank you.
All right. So connecting to your cosplay, knowing your talent.
Yeah, I can spin a yarn, so I'm a talker. So I like to yell at people, tell them they're good or bad.
Yeah, if you're a dancer, pick a character that can dance. I cannot dance for crap. I just do a Joey all the time, from Friends, just like a two-step. So no, not my thing. But if you're really good at cutting a rug, yeah, please go for it.
Yeah. Also, it's knowing what the personality and the lines of the character you're doing are. So maybe you don't think you're good at anything. Well, look at your character that you're embodying. What are they good at?
Yeah.
And leaning into that, because sometimes you're just you have a dry well, and that's okay.
Yeah. Captain Jack, Sparrow, Harley Quinn, Deadpool. They all have great lines and mannerisms that you can emulate. So that's a really great guide.
Yeah, like I just yell bad form at people every time they only talk about Rufio. And it's wonderful, because I'm not being a jerk to them. No, I'm just embodying my character. And it's one of those things that, yeah, you might, if you're playing a villain or a good guy or whatever, you might think, oh, I have to be reserved. But if your character is not reserved, that's okay. If your character is scary, just scare people. I keep on looking at Pennywise and I freak out. And you're doing nothing, but
You're doing nothing, and you're doing a great job, yeah.
Yes.
I was dressed as Art the Clown, and I went to McDonald's and forgot, and the employees got so scared. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. It was like late at night too, like 10 p.m.
Nice.
I'm gonna brag a little bit. We actually know David Howard Thornton
Just name dropping.
from Queens, and he's a really cool guy.
Yeah, we worked on an independent project for Nightwing. So I'm just curious, why Art the Clown? Why the? No, I'm really curious.
I don't know, I just like the Terrifier, so I just wanted to dress
Yeah, no, there's some great things. You can you're gonna terrify people, but
It has all those props and stuff, so I had like the bag full of props, and I was just running around with like a little honk thing on me.
yeah, the props, the mimicry. No, there's a lot you can do, and again, that's a great example of performative cosplay. People will want to play with you because you are Art the Clown.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's great. Finding your energy.
Yeah, and it's your own personal energy. Are you somebody who's scary, who just wants to scare people? Yeah, you just pick the scary ones. If you're somebody who wants to make people laugh, maybe be a Jim Carrey character. Because sometimes the best formula is just picking a character that is your own personality and leaning into that. Because we're all here to break out of a shell and have a good time.
Yep. And you may have limited time with your audience. Always have a fast bit of interaction in your pocket. So I have my catchphrases: bangarang, I crow, etc., etc.
Yep. I just yell good form, bad form, home run jack if I see a baseball person.
Yeah. So have them in your back pocket, because I would love to talk anyone's head off, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah,
so,
we all have a panel to go to. It's all there's a raffle I have to win, hopefully.
So try to give them something meaningful, something to remember you by.
Yeah, and when you have your full costume on, we always beg people just be on and be present, and that's just embodying what we've been talking about this entire time.
Yeah, this isn't easy for me because it requires so much. I have to be present, I have to be energetic, because Rufio is present and energetic. I will, if I'm really tired, I will just go to a dark corner and just take off my wig and I will send out that signal, don't bother me right now. But when you're in full costume, yeah, be on. The public, they need you.
Yeah, and when you're actively listening, it's one of the most sincere forms of flattery, because you're giving that person that you're talking to your full attention.
Yes, you see value in the other person. That's very important. And when you find out what's important to them, they open up.
Yeah. And it's also been doing an energy management as well, because one of our previous duo cosplays was Ned the Roxbury, the Baby Don't Hurt Me guys. And we would dance all day, and then at 6 o'clock, oh crap, I can't move my neck.
So that was a really fun costume, but no, that we could not sustain that.
Yeah, and it's knowing your limits on what you can do, either with your energy or with your body, because it's 3-4 days of just being in your cosplay, and I can't do that costume anymore.
And also it's about reading the other person's energy, because if they're at like a mid, a 5, then just be a little bit above that, be at a 6. So let's give an example.
Yeah.
Hi, I love your cosplay.
Oh, thank you so much. I love your cosplay. You look so great.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's, yeah, you're just bring it up just a little bit,
Yeah.
but don't go at them with a 10. Where they, oh my God!
Yes, thank you.
That just
you makes me feel comfortable.
Don't, yeah, no, I kind of like think of like, oh my God, like Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill, like what he has to go through, because I would just be a 10 at all times if I saw him, and like that's how he lives life, and I was like, that must be very tiring.
Yeah, I remember when I met LeVar Burton, I just cried for 5 minutes.
Yeah?
And he had to make fun of me to save the day.
Yeah, I had to bring down your energy.
I was a community character, and
You
then
were,
that just made LeVar very happy.
Yeah, I made a few jokes there.
Yeah.
So, inferring positive intent.
Yeah. So many times, sometimes I'll just take off my hook, because I used to not wear gloves. And the moment I do this, I could be a lot of characters. I could be Captain Morgan. I could be Jack Sparrow if you didn't know he wore blue. And I shouldn't take offense when they approach me and say, oh, you're the person that I'm not.
Yeah.
Because they're coming up to me because they felt a connection. And they felt something that was good, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna talk to you now. And even though they didn't know who I was, that's okay. They just felt that I was approachable, and they wanted just to have a good time with me. So sometimes I'll just be like, yes, I am Captain Morgan. Where's my drink?
You know how many times I was called Cloud today?
How many times? That many.
Yeah.
I honestly thought you were a clown with the hair, because I only see you from the chest up.
It's the hair, it's the hair. I was guessing Final Fantasy 14?
15.
15? There we go, yeah, no. Now I have a new recipe. Yeah, there we go.
But
Oh, by the way,
I just informed them I'm the better Cloud.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Prompto.
Yeah, you feed us.
I'll have words about Prompto, because I have mixed feelings about Prompto as a character in that game. But I'll get back to that. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. But we must talk after this panel, because I have some things to let out.
Which are all positive, even though he's yelling at you. Yeah,
There's a very strange power dynamic that we have.
Yeah, so when people approach you, even if they're like coming off and it's coming off wrong, they're doing it from a good place, 9 times out of 10. So just assume that, because life is too short, these cons are too short to be like, I'm gonna be correcting you now and spend 10 minutes to tell you what my character is.
Yeah. Yeah, and if people don't know who your character is, that's fine, because they approached you, they love your costume. This is a time to tell them why you're so passionate about your costume and
why they should be passionate.
And why they should be passionate, related to something that they would know. With Rufio, The Hook is a movie that came out a while ago, so a lot of the newer people may not know it. So I'm like, oh, if they're really into anime, I'm like, yeah, he's like Bakugo from My Hero Academia, and it's like that kind of works.
Yeah.
But cooler.
Yeah.
Not cool. Yes.
So giving and accepting compliments.
Yes. Yeah, and giving sincere compliments and paying attention to what the hard work people did gives just a sense of pride when you meet other cosplayers, because I know how hard I worked on my cosplay. So when I see other people work hard, it's like, oh, I have to just pay them a compliment, because, oh man, if I'm inspired, everybody else is like, oh, they should know.
Yeah, people yell at me all the time. They say that I look great. In real life, I have a hard time accepting compliments. It's very weird, so I kind of just reflect it back. Well, like, if they say, oh my God, your costume is amazing. I'm like, I love your shirt. I've never seen this shirt. This is a Doctor Who thing. I love it. So, it's what we call the instant reflect. So, just have a compliment ready, be observant. A great one is this one. You're so nice.
Oh wow, it's so easy to be nice to somebody like you.
And I'm like, the first time I heard that stunned the crap out of me. I'm like, damn, that's good instant reflect. Wow. And when you're giving compliments, don't think of it like a transaction. You know, don't expect to get anything in return. You're giving it freely because you sincerely love what the other person's doing.
Or you hate it. And you're afraid of it.
Well, that's sincere. I admire your truth.
I almost ran over a child at the last con because somebody was a scary person from that the ring.
You're like, out of the way, child.
She jumped out of the television.
Yeah, no, that was really cool. Yeah, Becky. I
It
remember
wasn't cool.
Yeah.
Tara scared me.
By the way, I was dressed up like Luigi, and I was not scared at all. And I was like, all right, I'm the scared one. What's happening?
Yes.
Yeah. Another technique is spreading credit. So, who helped you along the way? So people will say, oh, your costume's so great. Yeah, I had so much help doing this.
Yeah. Or I'll say something when someone says, oh, your costume looks great. I can't believe you thought of that. I didn't think of this. My buddies dragged me into all this. And it's just spreading the love because I know I'm not an island and I know I didn't get here by myself. And I want to let other people know I didn't get here by myself.
Yeah. We have a picture of Keanu Reeves here. If you remember this moment in video game history where he was just on stage being Keanu Reeves and someone just yells out, "You're breathtaking."
No, you're breathtaking.
You're breathtaking. And he just reflects it right back. You're breathtaking. You're all breathtaking. And it's like, and that's why he's Keanu Reeves, because he knew how to do that. He's just such a giving person.
That was Cyberpunk. When did that actually happen now? Like, what, 5 years ago?
That was a while ago, yeah.
Yeah,
Cyberpunk,
that was in the before times.
Before times when we were anticipating the game, then it went for a dip, and then it got better, apparently, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the newest DLC is actually really fun. I have about 40 hours in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave you guys credit today.
Oh, yeah?
They were like, oh, you're Shmi. I'm like, yeah, because my two friends I met last year walking around like Rufio and Captain Logan.
Exactly.
I saw those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just spreading the love, and it just makes that community bigger for you because it just helps me remember, oh yeah, I'm just gonna spread the love and just have a big party later.
All right, next up. Changing your perspective. A convention is not fun because of the panels or the merch. It helps, but it's because of you, what you bring to it, what the people bring to it. You know, all the people there are hundreds of chances to make new friends.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, you mentioned me. I remember going to a bunch of events, and I think it was MagFest. At MagFest, we keep on seeing this group of people, and they had a hotel room like, hey, Rufio and Hook, you're so cool. Do you want to come to our room for a party? And I'm like, we got invited to a party?
And they had Kraken rum.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was delicious until I got really drunk.
They were really cool, but that's what happens when you're just, out there and charismatic, when you put yourself out there.
Yeah, and it was just wonderful, because we know these people for 4 years, and our friend Andrew was like, oh, I'm so shy, but I just have to invite you because you guys are awesome. And then we were at the party, it's like, she is the least shy person I've ever met.
Yeah, sometimes it's like a tsundere.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with the tsundere from anime, but it's like, at first it's like an anime character who's very frigid, but then, oh no, there's just a layer of warmth underneath.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, oh, you just need to break past the cold layer, their own insecurity, their own shyness, and then there's something very warm and very giving underneath.
Yeah, and when we were the Night of the Roxbury guys, we actually changed our perspective by coming up with our new motto. Do you remember what that motto is?
Yes. Yeah. Don't have fun, be the fun.
Yeah, and when you start being the fun and you start giving the party to people and you stop expecting the party to come to you, it really opens up all these chances to have friends and to have an instantaneous party. Because something I learned, 3 people is a party, it's not a crowd.
Yeah, people want to be where the fun is, so be the fun. Yeah, you just make it happen. You have to change your perspective. It's not about searching for something or something external. You know, it has to come from the inside. Yeah, and I put a Kung Fu Panda there because I really love that movie. Spoilers, by the way.
There is no secret ingredient. Well, for the young ones. We have children in the audience.
Yes.
I'm sorry, children. We spoiled that movie for you.
So, improv. I like to use a little bit of improv in there, and I like to develop a safe and comfortable environment where you can play. Yeah. When people are comfortable, they're comfortable around you, and you can go in very, very interesting places.
Yeah.
And the core of improv is the yes and, accepting the reality of the other person and building upon it.
Yes, and and the great thing is when you're being improv and you're using that positive intent and you're just using yes and, everything's correct. There's no wrong answers. So even if you think it's silly or incorrect, it doesn't matter because you're just there to build on what came before you. And would you like to try some yes and?
Yeah. Let's do the vacation exercise. So we're going to we're all gonna plan a vacation.
Yeah, we're planning
here.
a vacation together.
And I'll start off and accept what the person has said and build upon that. So, Alan, start off.
All right. It's really cold, so I'd like to go to a very warm place on vacation. Who wants to go to a warm place on vacation? Yeah. All right.
That's
Man
a
in
great idea.
the black hoodie in the middle. Where warm?
I've always wanted to see some of the Sahara Desert.
The Sahara Desert.
The Sahara
Ooh,
Desert.
that's
Ooh,
great.
Excellent.
And somebody in the back, all the way in the back.
The
back
Sahara
row.
Desert. We're building upon that.
I want to ride a camel.
You want to ride? Oh, I love it.
Oh,
yes,
and
we're riding a camel.
You're riding
in
a
the Sahara.
camel.
All right.
I love that. That is a great idea.
And where are we taking this camel in the Sahara? Are we going to where?
The Mausoleum of Hardy Parnassus.
The Mausoleum of Maria Canassus.
It's an Egyptian tomb.
You're excited, so I'm excited. We're gonna do that.
A mausoleum in the desert on a camel.
Excellent.
Yes.
On a camel.
This is going to be a great dream tonight.
Yes.
Right in the front.
And we'll bring an archaeologist so that they can read us all the hieroglyphs.
Ooh.
Oh, I
like that.
Yes. I actually have a Egyptologist on speed dial. I'm not kidding. I have her number. Yes, we're going to get her involved. Oh, I got to call her, actually.
Yeah, you should call her.
Yeah. She probably too, but anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that was a quick improv.
Quick improv, and it's, that's the freeing thing about improv. It's just, you're gonna throw it out there, and you're gonna, we're all working together to try to build something new. And it may not be what you have in mind, but you're gonna go with the flow. You're just gonna move with it. And that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. Gonna learn some hieroglyphs on a camel.
Nice. Another exercise we like to do is the wrestler compliment exercise. So we are all wrestlers and we're all cutting promos. And you know how wrestlers, they smack talk each other?
And they're very aggressive.
They're very aggressive. What we're gonna do, we're gonna be aggressively nice. And we're gonna try to top each other all the time. So I'll start off. And then we'll throw it to you. You, Captain Hook.
Bring it.
With your fashionable clothes, the way you talk to kids, it makes me so happy.
Well, this audience here, you're all so attentive. You're all laughing at our jokes. You're making me feel like I'm funny. How dare all of you? How dare you be present? Who wants to try to be an aggressive, yes, man in the green?
And you are wonderful hosts, spectacular presenters, giving a wonderful presentation. How dare you?
Dang it. Looking down my nose at you beautiful people. Yes, it's a sight to behold.
Oh boy. I am totally gonna text my mom about this. This is... this is something else. Anyone else? Yes?
Yes.
I would literally not be here to work for you.
Oh, you showed up just for me.
Showed up just for me, for this moment.
The honor. The honor. And we, of course, should be here. We have the same wonderful fashion sense. Look at that blazing red on you. Let's give this person a hand.
Yeah. All right, and that's the wrestler exercise. So if you just want to practice complimenting, but in a fun way and sincerely, where you're using your observation, yeah, the wrestler exercise is actually very, very helpful.
Yep. And if that doesn't work for you, think of aggressive affection with your cat. And that's why we have this, because actually the hotel host was gave this as a Palentine's gift for me. So yeah, just be, I like to use wrestlers because I grew up on wrestling as a child. But if you want to be a cat person, yeah, think of all that aggression you give that boops. Like, oh.
Yeah. A third exercise that's not on here is the expert. Do you remember the expert, Alan?
I do not.
Okay, so we will have a subject. It could be any one of you, but they are the expert in this obscure subject that they have no idea, but they're the expert. If they say the sky is green, the sky is green. It is the greenest green. And we'll all act as reporters asking this expert questions about their chosen subject. So I'll start it off.
Okay.
And Alan, I know I'm putting you on the spot, but you're going to be the expert.
All right, I want to hear these awesome questions.
This is about being confident, and he's not going to... We will choose a subject that he has nothing to know about, but he's going to bullcrap his way through it.
I will fake it till I make it.
Fake it till you make it. But this is a way to learn confidence, even when like you're on thin ice. It's like, I don't know anything about this, but I'm just going to make stuff up.
That's my life.
Okay, so let's start this off. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the foremost expert in... What is he an expert in?
The history of shoes.
The history of shoes. Cobbling. The world's foremost expert in cobbling.
Of course I know about shoes. I wear them every day.
Of course. I don't. It's such an honor to have you, sir.
Thank you. I think shoes are important for people. It keeps us grounded. Keeps us connected to the earth. So, please, who has a question about shoes?
Do you make your own?
Do I make my own? I would love to make my own, and I do, with all the materials you need. What those materials are, I will tell you later. Person in orange, yes.
What's the best type of shoe?
The best type of shoe depends on the job you're doing. Are you working? Are you having fun? Are you lounging around? What are we doing? What shoe do you need? Yes, person in front.
How do anime flip-flops stay on their feet?
How do anime flip-flops stay on their feet?
Excellent question.
It's a beautiful question. It is, and this is about being present. It's through the power of friendship. That's how they stay on their feet. Now, yes, any other questions for this cobbler expert? Man with the green vest.
Why did men's high heels fall out of fashion?
Because the question is, I know the answer. The question is, why did men's high heels fall out of fashion? And it's because Prince wore it and no other man could touch it. Once Prince put it on, it's like, that is the mountaintop. Other men tried and failed. And I am one of those men.
We have one from the child over there. I think I saw a hand.
Oh, we have a question over here, yes.
Are shoes made 16 miles high up in the sky in Alaska?
Are shoes made 16 miles up high in Alaska? It depends on the mountaintop.
I just want to... I hate to break kayfabe, but we have people walking in like, why is this guy talking about shoes?
I am the foremost expert on shoes, and we're doing an improv thing where I just know the answers to everything.
Yes, exactly. So would anyone like to volunteer as the expert? It's okay, don't
That's
worry.
okay.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, Prompto.
Okay.
All right, let's give Prompto, you want to come up here, Prompto? Yeah,
Yes.
give Prompto
Come
a hand.
around. We have
walk
stairs
around,
right that
yeah.
way. Here is the mic. You can hang on to that.
Thank you.
Yes. So we have Prompto from Final Fantasy 15. Yes, and Prompto is an expert in?
Competitive cookie decorating.
Competitive
yes.
cookie decorating.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So,
This is a very important life skill. You will all learn.
yes. So let's begin. Questions?
What's the largest cookie you've ever decorated?
The largest cookie I have ever decorated, believe it or not, was the size of a football field. You do not want to know how large the oven was.
How do different kinds of chocolate morsels affect the consistency of the cookie?
So the effect of different types of chocolate morsels comes down to the consistency and quality of the chocolate itself, as well as the ratio of chocolate to cookie batter. It's a huge difference.
Is it sprinkles or jimmies?
Well, that all depends on the day, now doesn't it?
Excellent.
Oh, this is beautiful.
What is the fourth most important thing about
The fourth? Well, I'm gonna keep the first for your secret, because you didn't ask that, so. And then who you give it to?
Oh, that's good.
Excellent. I love that. Thank you, Prompto.
Ah.
Excellent job, great job. And you see how when you're confident, you're a little more open, you talk a little louder, you change as a person when you are the expert, when you have that confidence, or fake confidence, because I don't know if you know anything about cookie making. It's just, yeah, exactly. But we're in an improv environment where we all feel safe. You could have been saying cookies are made on the moon or in Venus. We'd accept that, of course.
Yeah. Like when you knew about the oven, it's like, I didn't even think about ovens when we were talking about cookie decoration.
Excellent.
Of course you're the experts.
You are a natural, I love it. All right, so conversation.
Yeah, and the whole thing is to keep it light, keep it fun. You know, try not to make strangers feel uncomfortable or weird. And that's like the energy we were talking about earlier. If there are the 3, don't be a 10 because, you just make them, ah!
Yeah. Yeah, people don't like to be embarrassed, so, I try not to put people on the spot.
But you just did twice.
I did, literally. Yeah, I try not to. But I thought, well, we're friends. I could put you on the spot.
Yeah. And Prompto did great. Oh my God.
Yeah, Prompto did. You did amazing. Yeah.
So once you get past that, a really good thing to do is to have questions for your audience, and not to have like questions that are like one-word answers, like, "Oh, did you have fun today?" No.
No.
So yeah, that's So we want to ask things that are like open-ended, where they get to give you as long of an answer as they want.
Yeah. So if you begin a question with, "Why did you decide to blankety blank?"
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because they have to elaborate. Why did they do? What were their motivations into doing what they do?
Yep.
That falls in line with what inspired you to dress up the way you did.
Yep. Or something as mundane as, what's your opinion on putting socks, shoes, sock, shoe? Something weird.
Something, yeah. It was just, oh, do you floss before you brush, or vice versa? Like, what's your opinion on that?
Is the ocean a soup?
Is the ocean a soup?
Is the ocean a soup?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Yes.
But why? Why is it a soup? I want to know this now.
Sometimes there's people, but there's also fish in it constantly. That's
It's
soup.
salty.
Yeah.
There are veggies, all right.
But yeah, what's
It is being heated
the
from
definition
all.
of soup?
But isn't it also a bath?
Do you get clean? Or do you have to wash off afterwards?
Depends on the ocean.
yeah. So what's your opinion on? And find out what they're passionate about. That's the game.
Yeah.
All right. Body language, we approached this earlier, but be open and inviting. If you look comfortable, people are comfortable around you. So I have to tell myself constantly not to, cross my arms and stuff because that's generally my default position in life. But like, no, I got to be open. I have to invite people to come into my world.
Something I have to remind myself all the time is, instead of just walking like this all the time, which I do a lot, I have to remind myself, shoulders back, chin up, let people see your face.
Exactly. When we were doing the expert, did you feel the confidence where you had larger gestures?
I was larger, I was in charge, I stuck my chest out like I knew what I was doing.
Yeah,
it felt good.
Yeah, telegraph your emotions. And for photos, have some poses ready when you're cosplaying.
Yeah, makes it faster. Another thing, always know where your camera is because sometimes you see a phone like, I wish I took a better picture. And it's something I do very simply is if I'm like side to side like this and the camera's here, I always take a step back with I'll show you over here. I always take a step back with whichever side is facing the camera and my whole chest will open up. So that way, it's always a good photo. So if I'm from here, I always step back from here. And for me, this is weird. I like this foot in front for whatever reason. But, it's always just taking a step back with wherever the camera is. So that way, you always take your best photo.
All right, so building confidence, people might build a barrier if they feel you want something from them. And especially with women, I mean, they can feel this barrier sometimes too, so, yeah.
Yeah, and
avoid the need to be liked. They will like you, or they won't, and you cannot control that. Yep. If you tie yourself to others' whims and opinions, you're asking for troubles. Now, unless you're, a psychopath or a narcissist, you will always care what other people think about you, but, you're in control and you know what you're worth, you know how important you are. You can't let other people dictate that.
Yeah, and also, it's about, you did this for you. Like when you decided to put on the cosplay, when you decided to put on the makeup and embody the character. And sometimes people won't know who I am. And that's, it's not always the best feeling in the world because they'll just think I'm Captain Morgan or just Jack Sparrow or just some random pirate. But it's fine because I know that I'm always here just to have a good time. And they're just trying to, have positive intent, just join in the fun. And it's not about, they didn't know who I am, so I had a bad con. It's about, these guys just wanted to talk to me because I looked like a fun guy.
Exactly. And,
not a human.
And remember, don't have the fun, be the fun.
Yeah.
I love going to cons. I love meeting new people because I love the process of it. It's not about the result. It's not about getting Instagram followers or whatever, but I sincerely love talking to people, making new friends. I think Prompto is my new friend.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. And I was like, I see your natural talent, and we got to keep in touch. And I love that. And
ooh, Tink. Tink. We need to find Tiger.
And some people they give out small gifts. I like giving out badge ribbons. So, I have these over here. So yeah, everyone can take a badge ribbon if you want.
Yeah, and you can get that. We're gonna leave it on the table. You can come and find us.
Give it to you. But yeah, just small little gifts. Attacking people with kindness is always great. Where it's just, wow, I was not expecting you to be so nice. I'm like, yeah, surprise.
Yeah.
But yeah, ribbons, trinkets, just something to remember you by. That's really thoughtful.
Yeah, and I still didn't get the golden coins, but that's okay.
Yeah.
For Mario, but it's about for me adding to the cosplay and giving them a momentum to remember that interaction, because the joy in people's faces when they're surprised because they just want to take your photo. For me, it's priceless. I love that.
Yeah, and you should know your own boundaries, and if you have to go someplace, you have to respect your own time and go where you need to go. It's okay to end interactions on your own terms.
Yeah, and that's not being rude. It's just about there's only so much time in the day, only so many things you could fit in, because the next panel is always coming. And it's okay just to be like, hey, that was great, but I gotta skedaddle.
Yeah. With that said, yes, that's our end. Ending this confidently with charisma.
If anybody wants to talk, we still have a half hour left, so if anybody wants to chat with us, hang out.
And yeah, please fill out the survey. We would love to have another panel here at PAX East, and those are our Instagrams if you want to follow us. Yeah, we do cons all over the East Coast, so you'll probably run into us again.
Yep.
Yeah. Any questions? Yes.
I've seen you for like a lot of years. How long have you guys been cosplaying?
I started in 2019.
Yeah, so about 5 years for you.
What's crazy is, okay, all right, 2019, that was New York Comic Con in October, and I was like, oh wow, I'm really onto this cosplay thing, and we all know what happened in 2020, and then it's like, by 2021, I'm like, I'm dying to go to more conventions. I'm going to every convention.
You went to a con a month.
Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, that's why you keep on seeing me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get to meet people like you, so I love that.
Yeah, and before then, I think we've been going to conventions since like 97, 96?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been going since like high school for us.
Yeah, high school.
Because, we've been friends for like that many years.
Yeah, lived in Queens, just went out to the city, go to a church basement for some comic books, yeah.
Oh man, fun times. And we kind of got bored with that and it's like, yeah, let me do some cosplay, and it reinvigorated my joy of conventions. Yeah. Because cons started being less about comics, and that kind of made me sad.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say bored, but it was like, at the time I was just looking for things to I wasn't the fun. I was trying to find the fun through material things, comics or meeting celebrities and stuff, and like it wasn't doing it for me. I was always bored. And then and then people were just excited to see me, and it's something I just can't let go. I love that.
Yeah, or just being invited. Hey, I can't wait to see you at the next con. Da 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 da. And that reinvigorated my joy of just coming out. And it's important because if not, I'd be like in my basement, just like I have 5,000 hours in Baldur's Gate 3. They keep on rolling ones.
Yeah,
you and me both. Yeah.
I really pissed them off earlier because we were just by a booth, and I was like, what'd be crazy? If there was like a D20 that was only ones.
Why?
And it's like,
why would you have that terrible idea?
It is a terrible idea. I was in the open mode.
This is nightmare fuel for me. I'm a scrum player. If you don't know what that means, I'll like save and roll, save and roll, save and roll. So it's like, I will make the storyline I want, damn it.
Just download the mod that lets you get it every time.
There's a mod?
I always succeed the roll.
What is this mod? Okay, we'll talk it after because I want to know the name of this mod.
Yes, excellent. All right. So, any more questions?
You're only in trouble if you get caught. Kids, that's a terrible idea. Pirates never steal things from anybody. It's not a crime, it's not a witness. Children, do not listen to this terrible advice.
It's legal when there's no cops around.
Oh my God! Don't teach them! We've taught them already. Parents, this is not our fault. Blame the audience.
We actually did pretty good at this panel, like keeping it kid friendly. By the way,
I didn't curse once.
Oh my God! Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a New Yorker. It's an adjective to me.
When I applied for the panel, I was like, all ages, like, oh my God, let's hope we can do this. Let's hope we can do this.
Yes. But any other questions? Yep.
We didn't hear your dream cosplay.
Ooh.
Oh, my dream cosplay. Wow.
That you haven't done. That
I haven't done. Let me tell you about a little heart-to-heart I had with my friend here. So I've been doing Rufio for a few months, and people love it. It's great. And we're just in a car after a con, and I talked to him like, will I ever have a costume that's as great, as popular as Rufio?
Yeah. And it's like I was unfortunately like too honest, too harsh. And I'm just like instantaneously, no,
No, you
found
will
it.
never be as popular as Rufio.
And I finally figured out the reason for that because I didn't know the answer at the time. It's a cheat code. It's called his jeans or his face. He looks like Dante Bosco.
I do get confused with him when we're at the same convention. It's really creepy.
It's like, man, Dante, what are you doing? Your panel's in 20 minutes. It's like,
yeah.
he's not Dante Bosco. He's another Filipino.
But yeah, I've been working on more armor pieces. I think I can cheat and still be Rufio, but do variations on Rufio. So I could do like a Saiyan Rufio from Dragon Ball Z, or another thing is to do a mashup of Zuko and Rufio.
The
Zukio. So I think that's what the public wants, and it's like I still get to be Rufio. I'm not letting that go. That's me, but I get to just put in a dash of other costumes in there. So that's what I'm doing. And like I know you're working on your own Saiyan armor.
Yeah, the Logita. I'm just waiting for those sales at Joanne.
We can pair up. But yeah, no, I'm still on the hunt for like a next great cosplay idea.
Yeah.
And who's being Mrs. Doubtfire?
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
You're already one Marvin Williams.
Ooh, children. I can do that voice. I just have to find British.
That would actually be a pretty easy costume, like a Miss Doubtfire, because you need the cake face. Yeah, right? Yeah, and you can pull that off, yeah. Yeah, and speaking the voice, yeah, I get that.
I'll need a bustier of some type.
Ooh, okay, all right.
Help is on the way!
Help is on the way, oh. One day as a lady and I'm already getting hot flashes.
Yes?
Like a Hannah Alexander version of Rufio.
Hannah Alexander?
Ooh.
Who's Hannah Alexander?
She makes everything, she designs all like the characters into something super Art Deco, really fancy stuff.
Oh, I love Art Deco. Oh my God. I will, because I love BioShock, so yeah, no, that's a great idea.
Her style, but Rufio.
Yeah, no, I hear that, yeah. I think as long as I keep the wig and my face, I'm okay.
Version of the wig, and then have like a black and red and everything.
Yeah, all right, yeah. No, I'll keep that in mind. Hannah Alexander, I'll remember that, yeah.
I did see your wig on the table, just your wig, and I knew that there was a Rufio cosplayer somewhere.
Oh, when you were eating.
Yeah, no. Oh, another thing is like we go to the same cons and we kind of get make fun of like because we're constantly in the same costume over and over, but to me that's just branding, where it's like that's how people recognize me, because if I wasn't wearing Rufio for most of it, it's like, oh, people wouldn't recognize me. Like there are people I've known for years and like, who are you without the wig?
Yeah, this guy.
So, yeah, it's something I keep. Yeah, when I'm consistently in the same costume, like, and I've built a lot of friends that way, and like, yeah, that's how people know me.
Yeah, and it's like, I hate it when like I have friends who are chameleons, because I'll be talking to one person for 20 minutes, and they're like, you know me, Alan. I'm like, what? And then they take off their mask, like, ha, it's me, B-Ho. And I'm like, what? This whole time? So.
Yeah.
I can do Dio.
Another thing is like when you're fairly popular, you meet so many people at conventions, and they'll be in different costumes and cosplays all the time, and they'll be really friendly with you, and you'll have this great interaction, and then they'll be like, who was that?
I have to go through all the photos.
Who was that?
Because they'll say they're like one random character, like, oh, I met that person 18 months ago. Let's go.
Yeah. I ran into a Boba Fett, and he's downstairs, and he's a really great guy. And I know I've met this particular Boba Fett before. I know a lot of Boba Fetts, and I can't see his face.
Yeah, I met a Squirtle, and I'm like talking to her, blah, 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 and I found out I knew who she was. She was the Barika Lorian. And I'm like, oh, I met you like at so many Comic-Cons.
Puerto Rican Mandalorian.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's like, how am I supposed to know it when you had a mask on?
You literally saw her last week. It's crazy.
That's right, she was at the photo shoot.
Yeah, no, she was, not Tifa, she was Aerith.
Yeah, oh!
What, you didn't know that?
She's a chameleon.
When I met her, she had a mask on. I was supposed to recognize her face.
Yeah. Well, people recognize me, so that's nice.
That's why she was talking to me so friendly.
All right. Any more questions? Are we good?
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna go to the U.S. Constitution like that?
Challenge accepted.
Oh, okay.
I am now.
We have a story to tell you. So,
You're Captain Hook maybe 2 years ago?
Right.
and you needed to get, for some reason, you needed cards from the Staples. And you're by Boston Commons or something.
Yeah, that's right.
And we see Torgrim, he's dressed up. And I see this Benjamin Franklin guy, and they're like, please, just screw these people up. The redcoats are coming.
The redcoats are coming. And he just gave me this look of like, I'm working, do not screw me up. And I'm like, I want to so bad. But at the time I was doing like public speaking as well, so I didn't want to ruin his speech.
Yeah, so,
but it's like, yeah, you'd be surprised how many people in the public love it when you bring your cosplay out. We've both been pulled over by police because of our cosplay, just walking down the street.
Oh, yeah, this is the first time I was called out. So we come out of the subway, it's near Comic-Con, and you have to pick up your friend Malcolm.
Yep.
And I'm just on the sidewalk, a cop car comes by, and it's like, boop, boop. And when I hear that, I'm like, I am freezing, did I do something wrong? And over the speaker, I just hear, Rufio. And I'm like, what is going on?
So when you pick a cosplay and you're going to go to public places, find out what your audience is. If they're of a certain age, lean into that because you'll be treated differently. I remember the first time I got called out by a cop, it was last year. We went to some after party, and we were just walking around Boston, and I'm just walking, I'll hear, whoop. I'm like, oh crap, I'm gonna die. And I just hear, Hook, where's the hook? Where's the hook? I'm like, oh crap. Yeah. So I'm sure we would be welcomed in open arms if we went to the USS Constitution. That's a great idea. We're gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm making this happen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, I think that's it.
Yeah.
All right, well, everybody, have a great night. We'll be around. We'll recognize us.
Yep.
We'll
we have cards and ribbons to give away, so if you want to meet up with us afterwards, come and say hi.
Yeah, awesome. All right, everyone, have a good night.
Thank you, PAX East. Thank you.